This podcast contains adult language and mild sexual situations. Listener discretion is advised.
That makes your ears bleed, your jaw drop, and your pants extend. It's the Lethal Injection Minecraft podcast. I am your host, Scott, aka Survivor 4580. With me this week is Joe, aka Enforcer 1007.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
John would be here, but he decided to play a little fun time with his family. So replacing him this week is a special guest. We decided to bring Notch on the show. Say hello, Notch.
Oh, hello, guys. It is a pleasure to be here. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to have you, Notch. Oh, God, I'm fucking nuts. This is this is podcast number 42, recorded on April 29th of 2012. And the Lethal Injection Minecraft podcast is sponsored by...
Oh, hold on. I want to read sponsor message.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, Notch, why don't you go ahead and read the sponsor message
Go
for
for
us?
it.
Oh, Lethal Injection Minecraft podcast is sponsored by RedstoneHost.com, yeah? The official server provider of Lethal Injection server. Quality service, great customer support, hosting servers with exceptionally low pings. It said pings. RedstoneHost.com, powering your world. Oh, I did good.
Gotta breathe.
Good job, Notch. Good job. Now that I'm totally killing this show.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that was awful. That was terrible. Why did you let me do that, Joe? Why did you let me do that?
I was so busy, like, holding my mouth laughing.
Oh, man. So, alright, look, I can't keep doing that. That's just not gonna work. Thank you, Notch, for coming on the show. Good night. Click. So now that fans basically think that I'm psychotic by playing the role of two people, John was not able to make it, and unfortunately we could not find anybody to replace him, so me and Joe are kind of doing a duo tonight. So a couple of things we need to announce before we start actually going into huge discussions here. We are now on Google+. So, for those of you who are hipsters and like to basically use Google Plus and only Google Plus, you can now actually one-up us, because that's the Google Plus thing to do, instead of, thumbs up or whatever the hell the other social media
One plus us.
You can plus one us, whatever the fuck you want to call it, on our Google Plus page. It's just a long string of numbers right now, so, So you'll be able to find our Google Plus page either on our website, or you'll find it in the doc. So look for it there. We are also on Stitcher, which I'm really excited about. Stitcher is an app for your iPhone, iPod, or Android device. And essentially what Stitcher does is it allows you to set up like a podcast playlist. You can kind of assemble all your favorite podcasts into a playlist, and every time a new podcast comes out, it automatically adds it to it. Stitcher is a fantastic service. Our buds over at the FTW podcast has been using Stitcher. So it was really awesome because now I have them, LIMP, and a couple of other podcasts that I listen to on there. And it's all set up in one nice little playlist. So as soon as new episodes come out, I'm just, bam, it's ready to go for me. So definitely catch us on there. If you do not have the Stitcher application, download it. It's a fantastic application. So get on it. And it's funny, too, because there's not a whole lot of Minecraft podcasts on there. The only other Minecraft podcast that I saw, there's two of them, actually. Minecraft Me and The Shaft is on Stitcher.
Oh, wow.
So, if you want to get your PG dose of Minecraft out, and you want to go ahead and listen to The Shaft, that's fine. And then when you're ready to play with the big boys, you can actually have LIMP play right afterwards. So... So there you go. But definitely catch us on Stitcher. Again, the link is on our website, as well as it'll be on the show doc. So get us on there. And of course, this is not to take anybody away from our actual Android application. I mean, if you If you don't want to go on Stitcher and would rather stick with our Android application, trust me, you're not going to hurt my feelings. So it's all good. But Stitcher's an awesome service. I definitely would suggest people check it out. So Joe, what you playing these days, brother?
Actually, I got in playing Modern Warfare 3 on PC. They had a free weekend on Steam again, so...
Nice. Yeah, Chupa Thingy 12 was talking to me about that. I guess he actually went ahead and bought it. So he's been playing that a bit. He wanted me to play with him a couple times, and like my eye is still kind of messed up a little bit from last week.
Oh yeah.
So like I don't want to play a first person shooter and end up going, oh, seizure, you know. So, but are you having fun with it on PC?
So far so good. I got my mouse tweaked correctly, and it was feeling pretty good. Other than the douchebaggeries, like laying and camping with MP7s, it's been alright.
Oh, well, that's to be expected with Call of Duty. I mean, you're going to have the campers, you're going to have the running gunners, you're going to have all sorts of just crap. That's just how it is. So, but you're having fun with it?
Yeah,
though?
it's going pretty well.
Cool. Anything else, or is that it?
I got that Minecraft itch a few days ago, and I jumped on that. Was messing around in single player for a little bit, checking out some of the new things they added. So that itch is getting bigger and bigger, so you guys better watch out.
Oh snap, Joe's gonna rock it out. Preferably not with his cock out. Yeah, that'd be a little awkward. I have been, well, honestly, I haven't really been able to play much with my eye issue. But the one game that I have been able to kind of play a little bit is Legend of Grimrock, which is on Steam. And it's essentially a dungeon crawler that kind of models itself over like the old school dungeon crawler method. Like Eye of the Beholder. God, I'm trying to think of some other examples, and I'm failing right now. But basically, you know, you have your party of 4, you're traveling into a dungeon, and you know, you basically go through floor by floor of all these monsters. And this game probably has the creepiest looking spiders I've ever seen. I got to a point where I was in the 3rd floor, and DJ Pimp Daddy warned me about this. He warned me, and I still was like, oh no, it should be fine. Like I've played World of Warcraft, they had spiders in it, it wasn't that big deal. It should be fine, I'll be all right. And then of course I get to my first spider, and he lunges and takes over my entire screen, and I freak the fuck out. I literally just watched my characters die as I walked away from the screen. I couldn't deal with it. So I played the game again after that, and I was able, once I knew what I was expecting, you know, I was able to kind of like half pay attention to the screen while, you know, trying to kill it off. But spiders just freaking scare the hell out of me. I cannot help that.
Understandable.
Oh man. So anyway, obviously we didn't do an episode last week, and Joe, obviously there was a logical reason why. You and I did a metal show last week.
Oh yeah.
We melted the faces of Chicago as we went on stage and performed with our band Biomimic, which is a science fiction death metal band. It's not just death metal, of course. There's a lot of other types of styles kind of fused. It really is a very interesting project. If you're into metal, you can actually check it out at www.facebook.com/biomimicband. We don't have music on there yet, but we're actually in the process of recording an EP. So expect some music uploaded soon. But that's going to be the best place to find out when we're doing shows, if we do shows in your neighborhood. For those of you who live in Australia, I'm sorry, we're not going to be there anytime soon. But we'd love to be, trust me. But it's definitely something I would suggest you guys check it out, like it, and when we get some music up there, download it, enjoy it, and keep it up with it. And like I said, when we get some shows going, would love to see you guys there. Joe, how did you have fun doing the show?
Yeah, I had a blast doing it, man. Good crowd, great acoustics there. Everything sounded great.
Yeah, we did it at the Stage Bar, and it's a nice little shindig over here in Chicago, right by Montrose and Cicero. And yeah, the sound was pretty good. I definitely thought the crowd was very awesome too. Like, we got a pretty good crowd reaction. But another thing I wanted to note about that show, which I thought was pretty cool, I explained to the crowd that the reason why my vision was so bad was because I kind of spent a little too much time focusing on my LP world, which is true. And there was a couple guys on there that actually knew about Minecraft and started cheering for Minecraft. And it was the guys from Atlas Stone who performed before us. And they were a fantastic project, too. But it was really cool having those guys go, yeah, Minecraft! Damn those creepers!
That took me,
you know?
yeah, it took me back. I was like, whoa.
It's really cool when you see metalheads unite when it comes to Minecraft.
Gotta get them on the server.
Mm-hmm. Well, the guy was saying that once he gets his computer fixed, he'll actually join our server. And I thought that was really cool. So, yeah, definitely. You never know where you'll meet fellow Minecraft fans.
That's true.
But yeah, Joe was on drums for that show. Did a fantastic job, might I add. The show, like I said, went really well. So I was pretty happy with it. Any final thoughts before we move on?
Awesome show. Hopefully we'll have some music for you guys to check out.
Yes. Yes. Once that EP is done, we will definitely melt faces across the world. So I did my first LP episode earlier. I think it was about last week. And got that uploaded. Got some pretty good feedback on it. I was really happy about it. I'm recording the second episode this weekend. So that'll actually go up either Monday or Tuesday as well. And definitely keep giving me feedback on that stuff because there's a couple of empty rooms in my mansion and I need some advice as to what to put in there. So let me know, and definitely let me know like if there's anything else you think I should incorporate into my builds, because I would definitely love your input on that. Also, we have put up our episode 41 on YouTube, and that's been doing really well. I was really happy to see people enjoying that. And we got some emails about it later on, which we'll talk about. From this point forward, every new episode is going to be put on YouTube. And we're also going to put up the older episodes as well. So as you subscribe to us, you'll see a lot of these videos coming up. And we'll get all the episodes on there so you guys can pop on there, like it, add your little commentary in the comment section. Definitely do that. Definitely. So, I mean, the YouTube channel is definitely going to get used very soon, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it, because like we've pretty much abandoned our YouTube for so long, and we need to get to a point where we actually do have something that we can show people, especially when getting these guest hosts. So that way we can just kind of link them to the video and be like, here, this is where you can find us, right here in your same domain. So we definitely can't wait to do more YouTube stuff, and yeah, that's about it with that. We got another On This Day. On April 29th of 2004, Oldsmobile builds its final car, ending its 107 years of production.
It was
107 years.
Damn long car production, man. It was a long-running company.
Yeah, and it's shortly before Pontiac. I mean, Pontiac also started going out. They stopped producing cars about 3 years ago, I believe. And it's crazy to see all these American companies basically just quit. They're done. The money's just not coming. So that's a shame. But a lot of these companies also need to realize that, like, with people going towards more like hybrids and electrical cars, I mean, you're going to see companies like Toyota succeed better because they're adapting better for the future. So it's a crazy business we're living in, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
But yeah, this hit home a little bit for me personally, because like my father, who passed away a few years ago, he was big into Oldsmobile cars, so I was like, oh man, that's one that hits the heart a little bit. So now for a little fun, things one dude should not say to another dude. No. This week, something you should not say is, so, are you coming with me to the midnight showing of the new Twilight movie?
Oh.
Watch, there's going to be that one fan of ours who's male and happens to be a huge fan of Twilight. Dude, that's not funny, man.
I know, I'm waiting for it. I'm just waiting for the email.
Shit. So, Joe, do you want to come see Twilight with me?
Nope.
Yeah, trust me, I have no intention of seeing a Twilight movie. Thank you very much. There's enough vampire crap in the market. I don't need twinkling.
Exactly.
Anyway, so we also have our ShadyURL of the week, and this week, INCEPTION! Large. as our buddy Reniva would say. And we say Inception because this week's ShadyURL is ShadyURL.com. And it becomes, in a weird way, 578.info/top10 Vietnam massacres _ M0S8BC _ 56 deploy Trojan 287.mw9.
Wow.
So, top 10 Vietnam massacres.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's something, dude.
Wow.
Oh shit.
That's breathtaking.
So they're gonna show you the top 10 ways to get massacred, and then send you a Trojan to massacre your computer.
Pretty much.
Wow.
That's terrible. All right, so let's move on to the Minecraft news. Anyway, I gotta keep it original, yo.
Yep.
So we got a little bit to talk about since we're going to do some catching up here. Minecraft's weekly snapshot of 12W. I keep putting the dot in there. I don't know why. 12W17A was released with some rather exciting changes. One being that wooden half slabs are now come in the 4 colors that other planks do, so it's really cool to see them. But one of the things that is kind of a known glitch with 12W17A is that when you place the slabs on the top half, it actually reverts back to normal planks instead of using the colors. It's a glitch, and Jeb knows about it. He'll have it fixed by the next update. But right now, if you're using the new snapshot and you're trying to get the colored half slabs, you can only place them in the bottom half right now. You will not be able to place them in the top half. So, lots of bug fixing and tweaks. Notably, entity collisions have now been fixed, and picking blocks in creative mode has been fixed up a little bit. So, lots of good bug fixes there. Lastly, and probably the biggest change of them all, is now that there is editable books. There we go. Yum
I'm
yum.
gonna eat my knowledge tonight.
Literature never tasted so
Sorry,
good.
teacher, I ate my homework.
Literally. And it was delicious. No, the editable books. Now you can actually craft your own story inside of a Minecraft book. Basically, in order for you to do this, you use the 3 sheets of paper in the middle column, going down, and then you have a piece of leather, and you can put it anywhere else in the crafting table, and it'll give you a book. And then with a feather, you add it with that, and I think an ink sac as well. You can actually make a quill. So you get a book and quill, and then when you right-click it, it'll actually give you up to, I think, like 13 pages that you can type things out. And then once you're done with it, you sign it, and it becomes a book that you can actually trade with other players. So it's a really cool idea, and I think like with a lot of those people who like to make adventure maps, this is probably going to be huge for them. So now they can actually craft stories without having to use like umpteen million signs, and be able to kind of give you a little lore with your adventure map. So I think that's really cool. Joe, what do you think?
I think that would work great for that. Or you can use it for server rules.
Server rules, yeah. I see people tossing it, though. I don't even see
Yeah, they're going to be like,
Yep. Chuck.
But only if you can mod a room, so if they don't pick up the book and read it, they can't advance. They're going to be stuck in that room.
Yeah. Well, you probably have to get like a plugin that says like at the book in like the last page to say, all right, in order for you to leave the room, you got to type /leave or something like that. And, you know, maybe give them a command inside the book that they can use to get out. That's actually not a bad idea, really. That's pretty cool. I still like the way our server, though. We got a nice little gray list set up going for that, so I don't know about us using that, but I like other servers. I'm sure they would have a good way of using it. So to catch up a little bit, we're also going to read off the patch notes from 12W16A, since we were not here. All these changes, of course, are also in 17A. One of the big ones, actually, is that they added a demo mode for non-premium users. It's not available yet, but when the actual patch comes out, you will be able to play Minecraft even without purchasing the game, and I think it's like a time limit thing. Like they give you a certain amount of time that you can play it, and then it cuts itself off. And your world doesn't save. So you can at least give it a chance before you actually do put the money into it, which I thought was pretty
That sounds like a good deal.
Oh, excuse me. I had a burp. They also added bonus chest option to create world screen. I'm not 100% sure what that meant. So I'm sure somebody's going to kind of send me an email and let me know what the hell that meant. Anywho, they also added an option to enable single-player commands in the Create Your World screen. So you'll be able to actually type in server commands on your single-player world by checkboxing that, which I thought was pretty cool. And now you won't need the mod single-player commands in order to do
Sweetness.
that. So that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. And then, of course, lots of bug fixes and tweaks. And we didn't mention this for 17A, but there's also a lot of censored patch notes that I think Dinnerbone didn't want us to know, that we have to kind of dig in and find out, which I thought was pretty cool. So, Joe, what do you think about the changes so far? What strikes you as probably one of the bigger changes out of both either 16A or 17A?
I like the editable books. Sound pretty good to me.
Mm-hmm.
And the demo mode for non-premium users.
Yeah, I mean, that's the two biggest changes right there. I mean, having a demo mode, which is already pretty cool. And then, of course, the editable... I don't know why I'm having such a hard time saying this. Editable books. I think that's fantastic. That's going to be great for adventure maps. I really can't wait to see what some of these guys actually use with it. It'll be great. I might actually have to start doing adventure maps on our YouTube channel. Just because, like, if they actually do get, like, these books going, it'll be a lot more interesting to do it. So, and I could do some cheesy voiceover work with some of my millions of impressions. In a world filled with lava. Anyway.
Yep.
One man dared to dream a little too big and found himself swimming knee-deep in lava. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Don't ask. I'm out of it today. Not gonna lie. So, lastly, moving on, we're gonna talk about Minecraft Pocket Edition. Version 0.3.0 was also released with some also exciting changes. Crafting has finally been added. About time. Yeah. Subsequently, new mobs like cows and chickens have been added. New sounds, new inventory. All items now need to be gathered in survival mode, with the exception of shears, bricks, and glass, since there's no furnaces yet. New blocks have been added. There's now crafting tables, obviously, since you can craft. Iron ore, which is obtainable but not visible in your inventory. Brick slabs, brick stairs, cobble slabs, snow, sticks, wooden slabs, dandelion yellow, wooden axe, shovel, pickaxe, sword, bowl, sugar, book, paper, and coal. And I said that whole thing without fucking up. Yes!
And without a breath.
Take that! Take that!
That's the sign of a good vocalist.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe. I will take further compliments in a moment. They also added bookshelves to survival mode.
I'm telling you, man, they're rolling out the updates for Minecraft Pocket Edition, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely getting closer and closer to that traditional Minecraft experience. So that's really
just
cool.
A couple more things, and if there's any bugs, some bug fixes, and they're going to be real close. Can't wait to see what's going to happen with this.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be really excited when they add the Nether.
That's going to be sweet, dude.
Oh, when they get the Nether in Pocket Edition, I'll totally be playing the hell out of that, because that'll be fantastic. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm saying this, and I could totally see how some people would be like, God, you'd never be satisfied. No, I do think this is a great update for Minecraft Pocket Edition, and I was playing around with it a little bit this week, and honestly, it does make the game far more enjoyable. It's far more playable. It's not perfect, because, I mean, the controls are always going to be gimped.
That's true.
Especially on a touchscreen interface. If you have the Xperia, then obviously with the actual key, the keyboard kind of thing, it'll be a far better experience for that. But like in a touchscreen thing, it's always going to be a little bit of an awkward way to play the game. But they're getting better, and as phones progress, obviously, so does the graphics. So it's definitely interesting to see the game evolve in the Pocket Edition. So. Well, Joe, what is there on this list that you think is probably the most interesting change?
Just the fact that there's a ton of new blocks and items,
Mm-hmm.
and that the crafting was added. You can
Yeah.
actually build things on there. So you're not gonna
Yeah, that was,
wander around and just like do a few things here and there. It's gonna be a more authentic Minecraft experience.
Exactly. I mean, this was one of the big things that we were complaining about before, was that there really was no, even though the game's called Minecraft, there really is no
Yeah.
craft. You know, there is nothing to really craft. And now that they actually have the crafting table in there, they have the crafting system in there, it feels a lot more like an authentic Minecraft experience. And I definitely see that this is a great change. So, right on, Joe. Great call. So we're going to move on to the Lethal Workbench. We got a couple things to talk about here. Shockingly enough, it's not about Aurora City. I am deciding to not be a conceited asshole this time, and we'll talk about other things. Would be fantastic. Munch has been working on a new town. There's no name yet, but it has a rather interesting village theme. Like it's got wooden huts, and I think it's actually some of the buildings are actually pre-made, so you don't make your house. You actually kind of design it from within. You do some interior design work. Not sure how well that's going to go over, but hey, you know, every town has to have a gimmick, right?
True.
So it's got the village theme with a river that kind of runs down through the town, and market stalls, which I actually really like the look of the market stalls. It kind of has like an Arabian kind of feel to it. Like I expect Aladdin to jack like an apple from it or something. It's just, it really does look kind of cool. So definitely keep up with that. Really can't wait to see Munch finish it and also ultimately name it. That'd be great. Joe kind of helped me with the pronunciation of this. Pompeii, I think that's how is that how it was pronounced? Okay. Pompeii is a volcano made somewhat naturally by Slade03 and ultimately scared the living hell out of most of our server members. It has finally completed its expansion. The thing is frickin' massive. If you go onto our website and check out the server maps, specifically the Serenity map, which is a PvE world, you can see this. You can see exactly where it's at because it's a gigantic red dot. You can't miss it. You'll look at the map. You'll see all this greenery, all the snow, and all the sand, and then like right in the middle of the lake, you'll see this gigantic red dot. And there you go. That'll be the coordinates that you need to get to the Pompeii. It's. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really think that like, out of all the volcano builds, this was probably the best looking one that you can get. But it's so damn ugly. There's a reason why Minecraft doesn't have volcanoes. It's ugly. It lags. You know. But outside of that, I mean, it's. I guess from what I understand, this thing is actually kind of made somewhat naturally. Like, it was done by using water and lava. I don't know how it was done, and I probably should have Slade explain it to me at some point, which would be really cool. But Pompeii. Yeah.
Sweet.
I was talking with Endo a little bit, and we kind of had the suggestion that he actually should have a town within the volcano. I thought that'd be really cool.
That'd be crazy,
Yeah,
man.
kind of like live inside a volcano. You wouldn't be able to leave or enter it, mind you. You'd have to teleport into it and teleport out. But I think, it would make an interesting town
like,
to be inside a volcano.
Don't open the front door. Too late.
Don't do that.
Yeah, with the old school Steve Burning voice. That was so funny, dude.
Oh, dude, I missed that sound effect. I really do. So there you go. That's Lethal Workbench, and we're gonna move on to Postal Injection. Now, I'm gonna tell you, man, the LIMP community really, really kicked it up this week.
I'm
on
glad
you
to
guys,
see the
man.
responses, man.
Good lord! Like between Postal Injection and Question of the Week, which we'll get to later, we got a lot here. We got a lot. So big ups to our LIMP community, man. You guys are fantastic. Joe, why don't you go ahead and start with the first one?
Alrighty, we got a email here from London Saint, and he writes, "Yes, yes, yes." Daniel Bryan moment.
Nice.
Love the podcast. Love the YouTube podcast. One suggestion: could we get a dedicated LIMP YouTube channel? Just a thought. I also had a cross-platform idea that I thought would be cool. randomly during the podcast give out part of a grid coordinate that, if followed on the server, would take limpers to a secret place on the server. For example, during the opening, give out the Z coordinate, later the Y coordinate, and maybe way at the end or in the middle of the outro music, the X coordinate. Then if followed on the server, you would find a hidden minigame or an obstacle course or something like that, or even cooler that I couldn't even think of. Thanks, guys. Can't wait to play and know your Minecraft.
I like a suggestion about having like kind of a little secret place on the server. I don't know if either of us really have the time to create like an obstacle course or a mini game or anything.
Yeah,
of that
John.
sort.
John.
Yeah. Well, don't get me started on John. Anywho, maybe we can get like Endo or even Shadow, because I know Shadow was talking about how he wanted to have some kind of mini game on the server.
I remember they
maybe
did contribute to that, so they would have an idea of what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even Zoomer,
so.
if he wanted to be there, because he was there for the building of the obstacle course too.
Yeah, Gunther was also pretty active in that too.
If all you guys can get together, and I was there and Scott too, maybe we can think of a recreation of it.
Yeah, maybe make something.
Oh, dude, remember that that maze? Who made it? Remember the maze on the old server?
Oh yeah, I See Dead Kittens. Yeah, he made that maze.
Probably recreate that as well if he's around and hears this.
He barely can even get on the server anymore because he lags so much now.
Oh.
He's got some computer issue. Like, we were talking about doing that Redstone Wars and just doing it live, like doing like an hour-long thing instead of doing a week-long, nobody watches, and it just kind of looked dragged out kind of thing. And he can't even live stream because his computer is just so jank.
Oh, wow.
So, I don't know how much of I See Dead Kittens we'll truly see on the server. Don't get me wrong, though. With that said, I would actually love to see him come on and either remake the maze or make something, along those lines. I thought that would be pretty cool, but it's whatever he can do, But no, I mean, I definitely want to get to a point where we have more activity on the server of like things to do. We need to get Mob Arena back up. I got to start working on Mob Apocalypse to get that going. So once Mob Arena is back up, I'm sure that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we still got to get Ijak Higgins' Spleef Arena on the server.
Oh yeah, that's right. That thing was awesome, dude.
Yeah, that thing looks sweet. So that's going to go on the server very soon. But yeah, very good suggestion, What Dead Saint. And I love the Daniel Bryan reference.
That was awesome,
I love
dude.
the Daniel Bryan. Yes! Yes!
Hopefully you'll be able to check out Extreme Rules.
Yeah, that was, it'll technically be yesterday by the time this is posted, but it's going to be later on today for us. Mm-hmm. So, definitely going to watch that. I got some pics on that. Hopefully, watch my pics flourish. Anywho, and it's sad too because that's here in Chicago and I just don't have the money to go.
Yeah, no, I hear you, dude.
I'm too broke. I want to go so bad, but unfortunately, I just do not have the money. So we're going to move on. We got an email from Ijak Higgins, and this is a long one. He decided to go back to his old ways and give us a nice lengthy email. Giggity. So bear with me here. He says, "Good day, chaps. I know how it is that mine carts and boats can fit inside of a dispenser. It uses magics. Inside every dispenser, there is a little wizard who casts a spell on every boat or Minecraft that gets put in there. That spell makes the items grow to full size as soon as they leave the dispenser. You asked, and I provided." Wow. Unfortunately, knowing Notch or Jeb for that matter, I could totally see that explanation making sense. So, he continues, "One thing that really confuses me in the last podcast was Stupid Panda Bear's idea of different beans." Yes, with an N, not M. How do you have a bean ore? That just doesn't work. Is it just me, or do beans grow on plants? And a laser bean? WTF? That was lame, Ijak Higgins, I'm just saying. So we're going to move on away from that. Now I have another idea, which I would like to hear you guys' opinion on. What do you say to a craftable camera? You use paper as the film, and when you take a picture, you get a piece of paper with the picture of the scene that you were looking at. Obviously, it wouldn't be a very clear photo, but I think that it would be a great way of showing off your creations. Also, perhaps they could be mountable, Giggity, just like a painting. Anywho, I want to hear what you guys think about it. So he basically gives the suggestion of having a camera in Minecraft. What do you think about that, Joe?
It wouldn't be a terrible bad idea. Just how it would be done in context of the game. Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird, but I'd be down to see anything added to Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of being able to turn them into paintings. So, that way your paintings in the game actually make sense versus them just being random pictures of, like, Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Or a skeleton just kind of chilling. Not really sure why anyone would want a picture of that. So, I mean, I like the idea of being able to have your custom photos being turned into paintings. Which, don't get me wrong, I know if you edit a texture pack, you can put whatever the hell you want.
True.
In there, but at least then you would have, like, a native way of putting, new types of paintings in there. So I like that idea. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about mounted cameras.
You got enough of that in Chicago as it is.
Yeah, no kidding. I see what you did there. Lastly, he says, it is sad that DJ Pimp Daddy has decided to move on from Twim, but I can fully understand what he means about putting his gaming career on hold. I love that. Gaming career. I have recently bought Bioshock 1 and 2 and Far Cry 2, but I have hardly touched them. But for some inexplicable reason, I keep coming back to Minecraft. I wish good luck to him on whatever his future will hold, and also to Linux for Life and Brad, who are planning to continue the Twim. I did find it funny to hear Joe and John's reaction, though. Joe was like, "What the hell?" Whereas John didn't say more than, "Huh?" As always, you fine fellows do a fantastic job each and every week. Cheers, Jack Higgins.
I'm always grateful for the feedback, and I'm glad that you're liking what we're doing. That's what's keeping us here, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call DJ Pimp Daddy's gaming career. He basically just wanted to play more games. It was more of a leisure thing than a career per se. So, but yeah, I like the dramatic wordage that he used for that. That was pretty funny. Yeah, I also kind of found it funny that John just did not give a fuck. He's just like, whatever. It's not my show. I don't give a fuck. Even if it is his show, he don't give a fuck. So that's John, man. It's just the way he rolls. But yeah, definitely thank you for your support, Jack Higgins. Definitely appreciate it. You're always a fine fellow. And he sent us a picture of him this week, and I was really, I guess, taken back. He looks like a dork. Holy crap! I don't know. Like, I guess from like his vocal outro, I expected more. Like, I don't know. He's Australian. Come on, he should be like built like frickin' Crocodile Dundee. What the hell, man? No, I'm kidding. But anywho, I probably shouldn't talk so much shit about Jack Higgins. Alright, Joe, why don't you go ahead and take the next one?
Alrighty, we got an email here from Kazoro. Always good to hear from you. And he writes, "Hey, sup, guys, I'm back." Super smiley face. "I know you guys missed me, even if you deny it. Anyway, I re-listened to episode 39, and I LOL'd when you said Zoomer and me are tied for annoyingness. So I just want Zoomer to know that you better watch his back, 'cause I'm gonna overtake him. Although it's gonna be a bit hard since I'm sane. Oh.
I don't know about that.
Just one suggestion. Don't you guys think it would be cool if wolves could regain health every time they attack a zombie? Since when you give them zombie flesh, they seem to like it. Creepy. So it's a bit logical that every time a dog bites a zombie, he's able to nom a little bit of the flesh. They would make wolves cooler and much more useful. That's all, folks. Bye! X999. It's over 9,000!
Vegeta?
So that's who he is.
All this time, I thought Kazoro was just a little off. No, it's because he's just saying.
Let's see what you did there.
Alright, anyway.
I'm just waiting for him. Waiting for him to decimate everything on the server when his power level goes over 9,000.
Oh god.
Where the heck was that when we were doing our TNT destruction and I couldn't destroy that massive sand temple?
You know why? It's because you had Vegeta and not Kakarot.
Yeah.
You should have had Kakarot. That would do the difference right there. And true DBZ Vans apparently. DBZ Vans should know the difference. No. True DBZ fans should know the difference, or know who Kakarot is, I should say. So, anywho, first off, I'm a little curious as to what makes you believe you're sane, Azuro. I'm not convinced. I think you're probably just as insane as Zoomer, if not more, in certain situations. You're not a bad guy, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I love you, Azuro. I definitely enjoy your emails, but sane? I'm not so sure about that. As far as his suggestion, though, about dogs regaining health by eating zombies, or by attacking zombies, it makes sense. I kind of see what he's going with this. But don't you think that would make dogs a little too cheap? If they were able to just regain health by attacking a zombie? I don't know. I think it would be just too much. I think at that point, then, nobody's going to end up getting an ocelot, because there at that point it's like, well, why does it matter if I have a creeper? I could just have my dog attack a zombie, and boom, he's got his health back. So, anywho, we're going to move on to the question of the week, and holy crap did we get a lot of answers for this. Apparently you guys really like dimensions. Yep. So we asked, as I kind of alluded a little bit ago, what other types of dimensions would you add to Minecraft? This is, of course, piggybacking off a little bit of what Jeb was talking about with expansions. We wanted you to let your imagination run wild, and good God did you guys do that. I hope to God I'm pronouncing this right. Sasujan Lol from our YouTube channel posted, I would love to see an underwater dimension where water completely replaces air. It would not flow, and it would just be like air when you mine something there. Like, so basically, it wouldn't slow you down like it normally would. Jeb is saying that they are changing how mobs are behaving in water, and they would have to change the player swimming mechanics, which they should anyway. And they... Oh, God, I'm sorry. Let me try that again. And they finally have a reason to reintroduce sponges. Yes, I totally agree with that. So he signs off, Sajuzan Lol, recently found out the admins on the server I'm playing have a podcast. Loving it! So, what do you think, Joe? An underwater dimension.
That sounds good to me. It would make the underwater portion of Minecraft more useful, because all you do is see water and some squids getting stuck in there and squid orgies here and there. And nothing else, really.
I would only live in a water dimension if I can live in a pineapple under the sea.
Yeah, that's why they want to reintroduce sponges.
I'm just saying. Minecraft's blocky, SquarePants.
Yeah.
Just saying. The recipe is already there. It's ready to go. Just ask John, who made a fail SpongeBob, which we burned down. But no, I definitely like the idea, and it does introduce the possibility of adding more underwater mobs, because honestly, they just don't have any. They have squids, and that's it. So I mean, if you actually have a water dimension, you have that whole thing open up. Like you can have crabs crawling on the underwater floor, and sharks floating around looking for food, and like schools of fish going around, and it's just there's so much that you could do with that. It really does open up a huge plethora of possibilities. So good on you, man. That was a great suggestion. Joe, go ahead and take the next one.
Alright, we got an email from Stupid Panda Bear, and he writes, the first thing that popped in my head when you talked about new dimensions was a big-ass city with NPCs living there, with NPC children and naked grannies, JPEGs. What the hell?
He's going off of our ShadyURL from last.
Now, this wouldn't sound so adventurous, probably because it isn't. The goal for this would be to introduce many new items, which can be obtained from buying them from there. Let me try that again. Since Notch once said that he wanted to add trading to the villagers, I figured this would be a way to do it, and they would still be working on it and off of it.
On and off of it, yeah. I mean, I definitely wouldn't mind a city dimension. I think that'd be kind of cool. I don't know how well it would work to have a whole dimension based off it, though. It would definitely be interesting to see how the world generator would react to something like that. Also, I guess it depends on what city. If it's New York, you'll probably die. So, just saying. You know, over 9,000
Yep.
deaths on a daily basis. What do you think, Joe? NPC Village. That's a big ass city.
Or NPC City.
NPC City. Yeah, an NP
NP
City.
City. That would be kind of cool. I'd like to see how that would work in the game. Trading some cool stuff there.
Yeah. Get some industrial steel.
Yeah.
You know, where creepers go up, they go...
And
where they like, that steel's just like, bitch, please.
exactly.
Yeah. It's like obsidian, but it doesn't look as shitty. So,
Yeah, it won't be a shitty city.
I see what you did there. Somehow I got wrapped up with Jack Higgins again. I don't know how that worked out, but I do like his suggestion, though. He says, one new dimension that I would like to see is a steampunk dimension. I know that a lot of new blocks and stuff would need to be added, but I think that it would be really cool. It would be a lot like floating islands, all connected by airships and snazzy walkways. I imagine it would all look a little like the... Oh, God, let me try that again. I imagine it would all look a little bit like the city of Columbia in Bioshock Infinite, with lots of fancy architecture and big old buildings. New mobs would also need to be added, like some sort of flying mob, an eagle maybe, or a less dangerous version of the Ender Dragon, which I think would be a little too much like Puff the Magic Dragon, personally. But anywho, I look forward to hearing what you chaps think. Also, I did like your idea of the chocolate dimension, but I think I know of some people who would like it just a little bit more. Cough, cough, the shaft, cough, cough. I see what you did there, Jack Higgins. Oh, damn, I was just talking about them being fat. You went and made them gay. I don't know about that. I'm not going to comment on that. I don't need Glad coming after me. But anyway. But yeah, I think that was really funny that you said about the chocolate dimension. That's pretty funny. But no, the steampunk dimension, man, that sounds really cool. But it kind of sounds like it would be an upgraded version of the Skylands.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, he's talking about how there would be floating islands. I almost thought Jetsons when he said that. Like, with snazzy walkways and floating islands. Like, I was just kind of thinking of, like, the Jetsons. I could see, like, George Jetson floating around in this little bubble car. Going from island to island. With Mr. Spacely.
Damn it, it's 2012. Where's our flying cars at?
Yeah, no kidding, right? Anyway. Apparently you gotta go on the show Dream Machines for something like that. But no, I really think it's a great idea. And I would totally love a steampunk dimension. Definitely would be interested in that. Joe, you get the worst one out of them all. Have fun with that, buddy.
Right, I got another email here from Kazoro. And he writes, how about a druggy dimension? If you eat too much mushrooms, you suddenly get high and everything looks colorful and double rainbows appear. When creepers appear, they aren't sad. They actually smile and all that other crap that would happen if you are high. Number 2, Zoomer dimension. Oh boy. Normal dimension, but with Mr. Hands, Foundry's mobs, and instead of a diamond axe, you get a dildo chainsaw. Number 3, a what the fuck dimension. Trees are upside down with rainbow leaves. There's a troll-faced mob that sings the Trollololo song when they get close to you, and big-ass creepers that deal very low damage. When they explode, they scream out, "What the fuck, boom!"
What the fuck, boom?
Pretty much. Pants,
Nice.
pants, suction breath and pants. And the hunger bar would change to a chafing bar. When it gets to 0, your nipples bleed and you lose health.
Wow. 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 That's all I got to say. Wow.
Some crazy stuff, man.
the druggy dimension, I kind of found that interesting. I think it would be cool to kind of have a dimension that you would temporarily visit by eating or consuming an item. I thought that was actually not a terrible idea. I'm not so sure about the happy creepers thing. I mean, that sounds a little weird, but I thought, the concept behind the druggy dimension was actually pretty solid. Not sure I would call it the druggy dimension, though. I'm not 100% sure that's what Mojang wants to represent their company. But, I didn't think it was a bad idea. The Zoomer dimension, God, I feel like this is so familiar. I feel like Zoomers sent in something similar to this already. I feel like this is a replicate. Oh, God, a duplicate. I could... Anyway. I do love the idea of a dildo chainsaw replacing a diamond axe. That's fucking hilarious.
That would be damn interesting to see.
Yeah. You wouldn't need any other tools in the game, man. Just break out the dildo chainsaw.
It would probably cover everything.
Pretty much. Now, of course, the last one here, the WTF dimension. What the hell? The one that obviously stood out to me was the chafing bar. The chafing bar. Really? The chafing bar? You lose health when your nipples begin to bleed? Oh my God. This is a sign that at some point our show has gone so far downhill that our fans need to take the worst moments of our show and turn it into a full dimension.
You should just call it Limpville.
Oh God, Limpville. I really don't want to see that. I'm really dreading the day that at some point some plugin developer actually makes like a limp dimension, and all of a sudden you just see this sort of it's like screwing some like NPC village up. Oh God.
What's gonna happen the next time I log on the server? Do I want to know?
You're gonna see horses and Foundry NPCs running around apparently.
Wow.
All right, well let's continue on. We got another one here. This one came from our Android application. Gistin, I think that's how you pronounce it, or Gistin, whichever one you want to use. I apologize if I offend you on that one. A dimension I would like to add would be the LIMP dimension. Wow, it's like we were just talking about this. In the LIMP dimension, it looks like normal Minecraft world, but at night, mobs like Scott come out and drag you in a cave to rape you. Apparently, I'm freaky fresh.
Freaky fast.
Freaky fast or freaky fresh, whichever one you want to use. I don't know. Anyway. The Joe mob will kill you with yops and annoying you because he is never on the server. I think he flipped a couple here. And John will play his heavy metal emo music until your ears explode. And Sooner will drive up to you in a Humvee and shove a fold-out chainsaw up your ass. Love the show and keep up the great work, Gistin. First off, I think he swapped you guys. Joe is the heavy metal guy. John is the guy that goes, yep. I just don't care.
Yeah. But we'll correct it.
Actually, Foundry was the
heavy
guy.
death metal guy. No emo music here.
Yeah, no emo music. And why would I rape people?
I have no idea, dude.
Apparently, I'm raping people in caves. It's freaking hilarious. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not offended in the slightest. I've read worse emails, trust me. But I found it funny. Yeah, that's the thing that people think about when they think of me. Oh, this guy's gonna rape me. It's just, okay. Apparently I'm a rapist. I didn't know about it until now. Holy crap, that explains everything. Oh, man. Now I know why I always get so excited picking up kids at school.
Oh.
Anyway. Amber alert. Kidding. Oh, man. I really shouldn't take credit for that joke either, because that joke was made during an FTW show. So, sorry, Mike. Anyway.
Wow.
Wow. I gotta say that out of all of the question of the weeks that we've had, this was probably the best. I really enjoyed reading all of these emails. I mean, this is solid stuff. What do you think, Joe? What was your favorite out of all of these?
Keep it flowing, man. That whole chafing bar cracked me up, man.
Damn it, now I gotta pick something else, because that was my favorite part, too. Oh, man. I gotta say, like, from an honest perspective, I really like the steampunk dimension idea. Like, from an actual Minecraft standpoint, I think that has, like, the best idea with legs on it. The underwater dimension is really good, too, don't get me wrong. That one, totally get. From a campy aspect of it, I want to say that the druggy dimension is probably my favorite. Because I can actually see that. I actually could see Minecraft having like a dimension where you eat something and you kind of go on a bad acid trip and end up in this dimension. It would work.
That would be funny as hell, too.
So, but in all seriousness, though, all of these ideas were freaking either hilarious or really good. So thank you guys so much for writing in. Next week's question of the week, we're going to do it again. And what we are saying, or what we mean by that is, we're going to do another Ask Us Anything. We want you to send in your questions, because the last time we did it, we had so much fun. We loved it, that we wanted to do it again. So send in your crazy questions, and we may or may not truthfully answer them. I want to get that disclaimer in, just in case. But no, definitely send in your craziest questions, or you can send in normal questions, like, you know, hey Scott, how do you enjoy playing certain Minecraft things? You know, normal questions would be nice too. In fact, I prefer those. But if you want to send in questions like, oh, hey Scott, what would you do with a dildo chainsaw for 24 hours? Okay, sure, why not? We'll go ahead and we'll do that. Or hey Joe, how do you feel about beating a chick? Yeah, there's something, I don't know. I'm just using examples, by the way. Joe does not beat women. Don't. He's a very, very good person. Despite his rough nature, and he could probably beat you in 31 different ways. He actually does not beat women. He's a very good man. So, and ladies, he's single, by the way, so get on it. Anyway, that's what we should do in place of Know Your Minecraft. We should play a game of like hook up with one.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see if we can get you an online girlfriend. It would be stupid, but it might just work. I wonder if we can get Zai on the show.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to her since Slade is playing again.
Well, Zai actually was on the server recently.
Oh dang.
Yeah, she was playing.
I think she was off the server almost as long as John was.
Oh yeah. Oh, she disappeared for a long time, but yeah, she came back recently, and like her and Slade were working on something. I wasn't intruding on them. I didn't want to bother them, but yeah, she was online recently having some fun, which I thought was really cool. I miss her in a non-sexual way, of course. So, but yeah, Zai's pretty cool. I'd love to have her on the show. She's a riot. She's one of those Canadians that just totally free-spirited, and she'll say what the hell is on her mind. And she doesn't care if shit offends you or not. It's totally cool. So, and I like that. I love Canadians for that. So, except for French Canadians, not a fan. Except for Maurice. God damn it. Anyway, Maurice Ouellette.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to her.
She's being hot. Anyway, now that I sound like a typical dude. So definitely send in your question of the week questions. Another Inception, a question of the week question, to us, and we'll give you where to send it to in a sec. But obviously, because John is not here, I know that we advertised it, and I know people are like, oh god, here we go, another excuse. We cannot do the Season 4 finale of Know Your Minecraft this week without John. So, unfortunately, I know. Honey, it's not me, or it's not you, it's me. I'm sorry. I know this is going to disappoint people. I'm really sorry. I honestly am. Hopefully John will grace us with his presence next week and allow us to finally wrap up Season 4 so Joe can actually be the victor.
Yay.
Because that's pretty much how it's going to end. I mean, you have such a commanding lead right now. I can't imagine it going. Unless, like, you pull a John and risk all your points and win.
I will command and conquer you.
I see what you did there. Anywho, so that's the end of the show. Hopefully we didn't bore the hell out of you too much. And obviously, we want to thank Notch for coming on to the show, at least for a little bit, and being a ridiculous bastard.
Yep.
So thank you, Notch, for coming on. And no, I'm not going to actually say goodbye. I think I'm done being a psycho today. My psycho limit has been reached. But you can check out our forums and our website at www.lethalinjectionpodcast.com. You can like us on Facebook, which is facebook.com/LIPodcast. You can +1 us on our Google+, which will have the link in our doc and, of course, on the website. You can follow us like stalkers on Twitter at twitter.com/LIPodcast. You can subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/ScottViper911, VYPER. Now, real quick, before I continue with this, One Dead Saint actually did make the suggestion of having an exclusive LIMP YouTube channel. The biggest issue with that is that if I have to make a whole new channel, I lose all the people that subscribe to us. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we might still do it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Anywho, continuing on, we got the LIMP line, which is 773-770-LIMP. That's 773-770-5467. And you can feel so dirty by calling that number, because I know I do.
Yeah, give us a call, man. Shoot us some shit and shoot a fact. Send a suggestion through the LIMP line and play it on the show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, definitely. Your voices will be heard. Any voicemail that is left on the LIMP line, we will play, as long as it's not too ridiculous. Yep. But, I mean, judging by the context of the show, I mean, we do let a lot slide. So, just look at our frickin' question of the week. But yeah, if you cannot call the LIMP line due to international reasons, you can also send us an MP3 or a letter to postal@lethalinjectionpodcast.com via email. So you can do that. Also, check out our Steam group at steamcommunity.com/groups/limpgamers. Yes, you too can be a LIMP gamer. Check out our sponsor, redstonehost.com. Excellent sponsor. We love them to death. Excellent server provider, I should say. They have done a fantastic job for us thus far, and honestly, I cannot imagine where we would be without them. So, if you want to get yourself a server, even if you're in the United States and you're afraid that it's because it's a European company, their servers run great even for us Yankees. So, get it. Lastly, of course, well, not really lastly, I shouldn't say that. Also, check us out on Stitcher. You can get us in on any type of podcast playlist. If you want to wrap us up with all Minecraft, cool. If you want to wrap us up with some of the other gaming podcasts, that's great too. There is tons of podcasts on there that are fantastic. So look us up. We are actually in the What's New section, placed in number 2. So it is easy to find us on there. Get that downloaded. You can either use it on the applications for iPhone or Android, or if you really don't feel like downloading an application and you have a computer, Stitcher.com, man. You can actually listen to the podcast right there on the website. So, definitely another place to check us out and give us some love. We love Stitcher, and then we want you to love them too. Really not lastly, I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying that. Rate us on iTunes. Your ratings are what fuel us. You give us, 5 stars, preferably. If you want to give us 4, okay, we'll work with you, but preferably 5 stars. And leave us a review with some of your thoughts on the show. Well, we're going to start bringing back the It Came From iTunes.
Yep.
So if you want to leave a shout-out on there, go ahead and do it. We do look through all the other countries of iTunes, so, if you're in Ireland, don't worry, that's cool. Go ahead and put it on there, too. We'll see it. If you're in China, please put it in English, because I cannot read Chinese calligraphy. So, sorry. Just can't do it. Not good at it yet. So please put it in English. Australia, no problem. Go ahead. You can leave your review that way too. It's totally cool. So don't worry about your country. We will find your review. I promise you. And definitely leave us any feedback on there. We'd love to hear it. And we really want to model the show as best as we can off of your feedback. So let us know what we can do to help you enjoy the show more. Or if you want to just have us continue making dick jokes, we're really good at that apparently. So don't worry about that. We can keep that up. But yes, rate us on iTunes. And lastly, this time I actually mean it. Lastly, you can join us on our Minecraft server at mc.lethalinjectionpodcast.com. But don't expect to join John. John's not on there. Sorry, guys. He doesn't love you enough. Anyway, definitely check out our server. We got a bunch of great looking towns on there. Static is actually gonna eventually hop on there at some point too, because he said he wanted to do like kind of like a server tour of our server. So I was like, hey, that's fine. So hopefully Static will do that. Kind of let us know when he does it this time too, so that I can join him. That'd be nice. Static's a really cool guy. Can't wait for him to come on. But definitely check out our server. I hope you guys like it. And that's it. That is the end of the show. So hopefully we'll have John back next week. Maybe we'll get some guest hosts again too. That'd be really nice. And yeah, that'll be it. All right, take care, guys. Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Lethal Injection Minecraft podcast is sponsored by RedstoneHost.com, the official server provider of the Lethal Injection server, quality service and great customer support, hosting servers with exceptionally low pings. RedstoneHost.com, powering your world.
Hey guys, Jack Higgins here. Just wanted to let you all know that you can get in on the fun at the awesome LIMP Minecraft server at mc.lethalinjectionpodcast.com. Just make sure to respect the mods, respect the rules, and most importantly, have fun and enjoy yourself while on the server. Hope to see you guys there.